Today's lesson is inequalities and their graphs. The objectives is to identify solutions of inequalities and to graph and write inequalities. Vocabulary. A solution of an inequality is any number that makes the inequality true. So, is each number following the inequality a solution of the given inequality? So, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in the numbers for the variables. So we're going to take this 9 and plug it in for the variable. So I would say 9 is greater than or equal to 7. Is that a true statement? Yes. So you would say true. This time I'm going to plug in -6. Now we go -6. The 6 is less than -2. Is -6 less than -2? Yes, it is. True. And then I'm going to plug in 18 over 2 in for it and go 18 over 2 is less than or equal to 9. Well, 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 is less than or equal to 9. Well, 9 isn't less than 9, but 9 is equal to 9, so that's also a true statement. D, 7.5, 7 halves is greater than 3.5. You either can turn 3.5 into a fraction, or you can turn 7 halves into a decimal. I'm going to do that, so remember you do that. So it's 3.5. So I have 3.5 is greater than 3.5. Well, it's equal to, but not greater to, so that's false. I forgot to give you the numbers that I want you to try out. So the two numbers we're going to look at is A is 3 and B is -4 for each one of these equations. So I'm going to have A. I'm going to plug in 3 for x, so it's going to be 3 minus 2 is less than or equal to 5. And B is -4 is and minus 2 is less than equal to 5. Well, 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 5. And that's a true statement, so you say yes. -4 minus 2 is -6 is less than or equal to 5. -6 is less than 5, so yes. Try it again. 3. So you have A and B. So you would go 6 times 3 minus 3 is greater than or equal to 10. And 6 times -4 minus 3 is greater than or equal to 10. So I would do 18 minus 3 is greater than or equal to 10, and that would be 15 is greater than or equal to 10. That is a true statement, so that's yes. And this would be -24 minus 3 is greater than or equal to 10, and that would be -27 is greater than or equal to 10. And that is false because -27 is, so it's no. And you would do the same thing on C. Same idea. So let's try the next equation. Okay. Graph the inequalities. It says if it's a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to, you're going to have a closed circle. And I usually have my closed circles look like this. And if it's less than or greater than, you're going to use an open circle. And it's going to go like this. And, okay, if the variable is greater than, if it's greater than or equal to, it goes to the right. it's less than or equal to, it goes to the left, the line does, but you have to go by the variable. If the variable is being eaten, this is how you would do it. Alright, let's try A. It says x is less than 3. So you find 3 on your number line, and it's just less than, so we're going to have an open circle, no equal sign. And it's saying x is less than, so less than means it's smaller than the number, so it goes towards the negatives. B, m is greater than or equal to -2, so here it's -2, but there's an equal sign with it, so it means -2 is in with it, and it says it's greater than, so you go to the right. So the number's greater than -2. See, it's a little different. The variable's on the other side, so we're looking at -1. We have to see if it's open or closed. And it says -1 is greater than or equal to, so I can have that. Now you're going to read it from the variable. A is less than, so it means it goes to the left because it's less than. Okay, this time you are going to make the equation up. So I'm going to use the variable x. Easy for me, so I'm going to do x throughout the whole thing. I would always start at first. And it's telling me the arrow is going to the right, so x will be eaten. Then I look and see if it's closed. No, this one isn't closed. And then I look at the number. Then it's -1. B, it's a closed, and okay, the arrow goes to the left, so it's smaller than. And then it's a closed circle, so I have an equal sign with it. And then I look at the number, and that's 0. Okay, the arrow is going to the right, so it's a greater than sign. And it's open, so you leave it without an equal sign. And then, oh, it's between 1 and 2. If you're not sure exactly, just go with a half. So you can put 0.5 or x is greater than 1/2. Either one will work. Okay, next one. Define a variable. I already did for you. I said let s equal speed. That's your speed. So we're going to have s is something. It's some kind of inequality. Alright, so your speed limit is 70 miles per hour. That means that's the most you can go. So since it's the most, you'll put less than or equal to, because you can go 70, but you can't go above 70 legally. And then you put 70. And that's all you did. Alright, B. It says let P equal the pay per hour. So I have P. I can have 6.15 per hour and up, so it's going to be greater than or equal to 6.15. There's your answer. Goodbye.